This is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And we are here talking about missing and unsolved murders.
We are discussing cases that you have forgotten about or never even heard of.
So sit back, relax, and let's start this podcast. This is the case of Asha Degree. This case right here has always made me wonder what really happened to her. And I am so excited to finally discuss it with you guys.
Yeah.
In the early hours of February the 14th, 2000, a 9-year-old North Carolina girl, she strapped on her backpack and slipped out her family-ruled 2-bedroom duplex apartment. To this day, no one knows why she left or where did she go. The Degree family, there was a very close-knit family. Everybody kind of lived close to each other. The aunties, the grandmamas, the cousins, all of them. But Asha's parents, they were very, very overprotective of their kids. They didn't have a computer in their home. They also didn't let their kids watch certain shows either.
They're very strict.
Because their parents both work, Asha and her brother, they stay home by themselves a lot. Their mother made a rule. She said, if somebody knocks on the door, even if it's a family member, do not answer their door.
A family member?
Even a family member.
Dang.
So she was like, hey, this is my rule. Stand by it. And they actually did.
Who hurt the parents?
I don't know, but that's kind of how I am. I don't care. If I didn't tell you somebody's coming over, you do not answer that door at all.
I guess I was brought up differently. Because random aunts, uncles, cousins, long distant family members would randomly show up at the house and expect
But that's how we're different, though.
They would expect my mom to feed them.
That's how we're different, though. Me, I'm like, you better call me before you come to my house. You're like, oh, I don't care. Like, they can come over.
Hispanics are like, everybody's welcome to the barbecue.
Right. So, the time of the weekend, it wasn't very documented, but this is what I kind of put together. So some people might have different opinions of me, but after reading all the news articles, this is what I put together.
Okay.
February 11th, 2000. It was a Friday, but the kids, they was out of school. But both her parents had to work, so she stayed with her aunties. Asha and her brother, they both had a basketball game that day. Asha, she got fouled out the game, and that was her team's first loss of the season.
I bet it was hard on her.
Yeah, she was so mad. She was crying. She was so disappointed in herself because she caused her team to lose. Well, she thought that way because we don't know. Even if she didn't get fouled out, they probably lost. We don't know for sure.
It's so crazy that when you're in school, like the smallest things would affect you enormously. And like once you go into adulthood, you're like, you know what? You learn to let little things go.
You're
like,
tough enough.
We got a 1-year-old, and sometimes she'll go in, grab a chunk of dirt and eat it. And I'm like, you know what? I tried. I try and get as much of it as I can, but I'm like, you know what? It'll build character.
It was your mom's fault. Let's put that out there. Your mom told her it's okay to eat dirt. It will make her very healthy and strong. So Sienna like,
Yeah.
But after a while, her brother, he played his game. And she seemed okay afterwards. She didn't seem like she was mad or hurt anymore. She seemed like she kind of got over it.
Yeah.
February 13th, Asia's mother, she picked up her kids from their auntie house because they'd been there since Friday because both parents had to work. They went to church, and after church, the family decided to spend time with Asha's aunt and grandma. They had dinner with them. They left for home around 8 p.m. to get the kids ready for bed. Asha's mom said it was just like any other night, really. Nothing was out of the usual, but it was a big storm that night, actually. The lights went out because somebody hit the pole.
Oh, wow.
So around 9 o'clock, the mom, she told the kids, hey, let's go ahead and go to bed because they had school in the morning. The kids, they went to bed, and the father, he worked 2 jobs. So he came home around 12:30 a.m. He watched some TV. Before heading to bed around 2:30 a.m., he checked on both his kids, and they was there and they was fine.
So the lights came back on?
Yes, the lights came back on, they said around 12:30.
When the dad got there.
Asia's brother said that he heard her getting up to go to the bathroom, but he said he also heard her come back in the bed. He said he went back to sleep. He really didn't check. On February the 14th, 2000, around 6 something, the mother came into the kids' room to wake them up for school. Her son, he was still asleep, but Asha, she wasn't there.
So the dad checked at 12:30 a.m. when he came home, and both of his kids were there.
He checked when he first got there. He also checked before he went to bed. So the last time he saw them in the bed was 2:30.
So both of them were gone?
No,
Just the girl.
that's the girl.
What time did the brother hear her?
He didn't look at a clock. He just like heard her moving, but he didn't like get up and look at a clock.
Did they share a room?
They shared a room.
Maybe she didn't go to the restroom. Maybe that's when she escaped.
Well, he said he heard her come back.
She probably forgot her keys.
It's not funny. Stop making me laugh. After realizing that Asha wasn't in her bed, the mother, Aquila, she called everybody. She checked the house. She checked everything, and she still didn't find her daughter. So fearing the worst, she called 911 around 7 o'clock.
As she should. You know, you give it a couple minutes to an hour, and then you reach out for help.
After looking at Asha's room that was she shared with her brother, they saw that her shoes and backpack and also her Tweety Bird purse that a teacher gave her was missing. Asha's search was the biggest in that county.
Oh, so that's good. She had a lot of people looking for her.
Police believe that Asha left the house around 2:30 a.m. on the morning of February the 14th, a Monday, when her father saw that she was still in the bed sleeping. The apartment doors were locked and there was no sign of forced entry at all.
To me, it sounds like she left willingly, but it almost sounds like she probably, I'm thinking, met somebody online that kind of told her, hey, let's meet up.
But the problem is they didn't have a computer there.
She didn't have a phone either?
No, her family was very overprotective. This was back in 2000. It's not how this generation is now.
That's right.
Little kids at age 9 are getting a phone, which our kid isn't. Let's put that out there.
Unless she met this stranger in person.
That could be. They said that she was very shy, that she just didn't go to people. Like they had to really get to know her, get her out her bubble for them. Despite the cold and rainy weather, Asha walked into the pitch darkness without her coat. She was also believed wearing a white shirt, a white jean, and a white sneakers. Let me tell you something. This girl was matching head to toe. Which her family noticed that among all her clothes was missing.
Oh yeah, she packed everything. What if she got tired of being in a strict household and somebody offered her freedom? Or she was like, you know what, I'm going to get freedom myself.
Initially, reports suggest that Asha had left the home willingly. Several witnesses claimed to have seen a young girl matching her description walk along the Highway 18 between 3:30 and 4:15 a.m.
And nobody thought, hey, let me pull over. Let me call the cops because no 9-year-old should be out walking on the highway at 3
Well,
a.m.
someone actually did see her. So she was approximately a mile from her home. One driver even turned around to check on her, but she actually ran away from him into the woods.
Did he call the police?
No. Well, they called the police after they realized that she was missing.
No,
so
that driver. Hey, I see a 9-year-old. She
then.
ran into the woods. Can y'all check this out, please?
Not then. Not at all.
So he didn't call the police.
He called it a couple days later, but not right then, right there. You're right. Why didn't he call the police right then, right there? If he saw a young girl running away. Another man, he said he saw a person walking along the street, but he didn't call because he thought that it was a domestic violence situation, and he didn't think it was actually a child.
He didn't think.
Yeah.
So let's keep it moving.
I wish everybody could go on YouTube and look at my wife's face. And also, y'all love our matching shirts. We are actually recording on 4th of July. So
yes, we're
the whole family's matching. Look at our social medias. You will see pictures taken today.
We're working.
We're working. I'm working late because I'm a podcaster. No?
Get
Okay.
it, girl.
Thank you. This was the last time that anyone has ever seen Asha Degree. But in the days and months that followed, several bizarre clues only compound the mystery in this case. But the police believe they can solve it.
Okay, let's do it. I like that attitude. You can do anything you set your mind to.
Weeks after Asia went missing, her team won its league championship title and gave the family a trophy, naming Asia the most valuable player.
Oh, that's sweet.
I was actually the most valuable player on my tennis team, guys.
Okay, nobody asked.
Damn. On the morning of February the 15th, a business owner saw some particular things inside the doorway of his tool shed. A white Atlanta 1996 Olympic pen, a green marker, and a Mickey Mouse hairbow and some candy paper. Police determined that these items all belonged to Asia.
How?
Give me a second. Damn. You like
I tend to jump the gun.
you did. The shed was located about 100 yards west of the spot of the Highway 18 where the truck driver actually saw Asia.
That never called the police.
Right. At this spot, investigators found wrappers from the kind of candy that the parents said that they had at their home. The mother said these was Asia's stuff.
How did she know?
She just knew that her kid's stuff was her kid's stuff. I don't know how to explain it. She said
How many people or how many kids eat candy?
They also found some more stuff. Okay, let me tell you. The shed owner found some things else near Asia belonging. A wallet, a size picture of a young girl. Asia family didn't recognize the little girl. And despite the picture being shared by news outlet, no one ever came forward to say who she was.
What picture of a little girl?
So some more stuff was found where Asia stuff was. A picture of a little girl.
Of another little girl?
Yes, but the family didn't know who she was. And the police put it on all news channels and they didn't know. Nobody never came out.
But that's Asia's candy, but then there's another picture of another girl. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need cold, hard evidence.
You need
If not,
DNA on the candy paper that match Asia.
something that is stamped, sent, and documented.
Right. Despite searching on foot, horseback, and even with dogs, they lost the trail of Asia.
What does horseback have anything to do with this case?
I mean, they in country, so.
I mean, it's a mode of transportation, but they could have ridden their bicycles. They could have ridden ATVs. Horsebacks don't really do much. Now, the canines, the dogs, they pick up scents. Like, that's a good tool to find somebody. But now, horsebacks, I feel like you're just showing out.
This is really affecting you right now.
Hey, I got a horse. Let me jump on it.
I don't know. I haven't looked that up.
I don't know either. And we're from Texas.
Well, I'm not from Texas.
Well, you're from Tennessee. It's still the South.
Yeah, that's true. 18 months later, the police believed that Asia had been a victim of a foul play.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
On August the 3rd, 2001, Terry Flemings found a black and beige backpack 25 miles north of where Asia was last seen and less than 50 yards of Highway 18.
Did he call the police?
Yes.
Thank God.
Well, when he found the backpack, he did.
Good job, Terry.
Inside, it was Asia's name and her family phone number. Other contents of the bag were not released until much later, and Fleming told reporters that the authority had asked him not to disclose any other detail that he had found.
Why?
I don't know. A nearby resident, however, told the Shelby Star newspaper that the backpack has been found in a wrapped plastic bag. In an October 2010 profile, Good Morning America reportedly said it has been wrapped in a trash bag.
So she wanted to tell Good Morning America all this information, but she didn't tell the police when she found that.
Well, it was a different person. She was somebody close by.
So
Terry, he didn't say nothing. He kept it locked. But she said it.
She was with Terry when he found the backpack?
No, she just
So how did she know that it was in a black bag?
Well, she was nosy.
She just wanted attention.
She wanted her moment. The investigators, they confirmed that the backpack belonged to Asia, but have not released the reporting of plastic wrapping. Authorities later determined that Asia, she had packed ahead of time, taking with her blue jeans, bearing a red striped white long sleeve shirt, and a pair of black overalls. After the backpack was found, Cleveland County Sheriff Dane Crawford said he no longer appears that Asia was just a runaway.
That was my theory since the beginning. I feel like somebody lured her out. They got to know her. They built trust with her.
He also told the Star that the backpack seen that it was thrown out a moving car. The backpack was later sent to the FBI for further testing. Over the years, many theories came out. Some speculated that Asia was lured by somebody that she met online, which one of your theory was.
But you said they had no internet.
That's what they said, okay?
Or maybe she used the internet from school. Because I remember instead of going to lunch, I would go to the library.
But you was in high school, right?
Yeah.
She was in elementary.
Oh.
Others suggest she may have been abducted by a stranger. Despite the rural nature of the area and a lack of witnesses, additionally, some have questioned if Asia might just run away due to an issue at home.
Yeah. You never know what's happening in somebody's household. And it's always like those people that want everything to be pitch perfect, probably because it's not. Like, I'll be honest, I don't have all my stuff together, but I try.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm honest, I'm transparent. I'll be like, you know what? She ate some dirt, but it's going to be okay. I ain't perfect. I'm human.
She's just like dirt. She that kid that like to eat the dirt. You know, the glue kid in school? That's going to be Sienna.
Yeah.
Guys, don't take my baby. The FBI remained active with the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, and the FBI continued to pursue leads. In 2015, the FBI announced a renewed focus on the case, and in 2016, they released a artist age-progressive image of Asia. Despite the effort, no breakthroughs came through.
Oh.
In 2016, authorities shared some information from a tipster that someone matching Asia's description might have been seen getting into a vehicle along the highway that she was last seen in. The description of the car was a early 1970 model dark green Lincoln Continental Mark V or 4 Thunderbird with rusted around the wheels.
Wow, that's very. Did he write down the license plate?
Right, because that car, I'm not good with cars, guys. So, like, if somebody go missing by me, I'm going for the license plate. Because I can't tell the police. I like, it was a green car. That's all I can get
I
out
could
of it.
probably get you the make, but sometimes I know the models.
I don't know, barely know the make and model of my own
But
car.
if you know that much about the car, why didn't you write down the license plate?
Because he knew the year, everything.
And rusted.
He looked at that. Right, why couldn't he get the freaking license plate? If he looked that hard, why
Right.
he didn't get the license plate?
Right.
I don't get it. They posted pictures of 2 similar looking cars, but nobody came forward. In 2018, authorities shared a picture of 2 items of interest found in Asia backpack, the Dr. Seuss book from Asia School Library, and a new Kid on the Block concert t-shirt that her mother said didn't belong to the girl.
To Asia?
Investigators are continuing to ask the public for information about these items. They have not said whether the DNA or either other testing has came to any results.
The t-shirt, it might have been hers, but because she had such strict parents, she felt like maybe she had to hide that type of shirt.
Girl, it was a new Kids on the Block for me. You know?
What
do you
is
know?
no?
We're gonna play them later, okay? It's a group,
Okay.
but they're like in the 90s, wasn't it? Don't quote me. In 2020, the Shelby Star received a letter from a man claiming to know how Asia been killed and where her body was buried. After investigating the man, he served a prison sentence for sex crimes against children. Investigators determined that his claims was about nothing.
How?
I know. This part, it pissed me off. It pissed me off so much, guys. Like, I even saw, like, the person who it was, because everybody thought, like, okay, we figure out who he was.
Yeah, he fits the profile. He commits crime against kids. He's coming out. Maybe he's a serial killer. Serial killers get a kick out of being recognized for the crimes that they commit.
Mm-hmm.
But now he's not a suspect. Like, what is wrong with you guys?
Right. Asia parents haven't spoke publicly about their daughter's disappearance in the recent years. But in 2020, her mom said that she still believed her daughter was alive. We're hoping and praying that she had a halfway decent life anyway. Even though we didn't get to raise her, Asha Degree said in a video shared by the FBI, we miss everything, but I don't care. If she walked in the door right now, I wouldn't care what I miss. All I want to do is see her.
Oh.
Right? And that's the case of Asha Degree. And here are the theories.
All right, so you go first because I kind of piggy off yours.
No, you guys should go first. I want to, hold on.
think I was thinking out loud as I was.
Because I have heard this case so much, right? I have heard this case when it first happened because I'm like, my mom, she is a true crimer. My grandmama liked true crime. Shout out family. But this case has always like questioned my mind because I have theories, but I haven't had one that's like this
Solid.
is what happened in my head. And even the other case,
Antoinette.
yeah, I feel like okay, this is Antoinette, we kind of all figure out what happened to her. But Alexa, I had a plan, and Milbert Twins, I had a plan. But looking at this case and even like listen to different podcasts, I'm stuck. Personally, there's two things in my head that could happen.
Go.
Somebody lured her out. I'm sorry to say this. 9-year-old girls, we ain't the smartest. We ain't that smart to plan out to leave our home. Because you have to hear, they say that she packed a bag. And she waited until her parents went to bed. She waited until her father came back home. Because she could have left before he got home, right?
Right.
She could have waited until, her mom went to bed. She could have left right then, right there.
I mean, I think there's no denying that she packed the bag and left.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she ran away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any denying that because there was no forced entry. Now, the thing is, I feel like somebody lured her out.
I did too.
And I feel like maybe somebody like promised her a better life because she had such strict parents. I'm sure she wanted to do certain things that she wasn't allowed.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody came along as like her rescuer, they promised her something that she wanted and she believed them.
This always kind of like weirded me out a little bit because I'm a mother. Her teacher, I don't know if it's a female or a male, don't know. Anybody can correct me in the comments. They gave her a Tweety Bird purse. I went to school, even college. No teacher has ever gave me a gift like that before. I have never seen a gift like that at all. I was a teacher pet for a couple classes. Yeah, I was that kid. But I never seen a gift like that. Even my mom, if I brought that gift home right now, I could call my mom and be like, hey, if I brought this gift home from a teacher, what's your first thought?
Well, on the contrary, we grew up without really any means. My dad was in and out of jail, and one of the teachers became aware. Me and my sister always were in the same grade. And I believe my sister's teacher became aware of our situation. I really didn't like to talk about it, but my sister felt like she could trust her teacher. Anyway, she got together with, I remember we were in the 6th grade. She got together with the 6th grade teachers, and it's almost like, when Christmas comes along, like they do, what is it called? Like the Christmas Angel?
Christmas Angel.
Christmas Angel. So they got together and pitched in. They bought us groceries and they bought us like little gifts and stuff. So I can understand how somebody would give somebody like that. And really, like, they asked us first, hey, is this okay with your mom? That is one thing that they did. They're not going to overstep their boundaries.
But looking at her family, they had them in sports. They had them in activities. They mom and dad both work hard. I don't know financially if they were struggling, but it doesn't seem like, if you've seen like the pictures and stuff, how her family was, it didn't seem like they were struggling.
Right, but it was probably a small town and they were kind of tight-knitted. Yeah.
I'm sorry. If a teacher brought my child a gift, I'm like, why is they bringing her a gift? Like, I'm kind of watching it because it can also seem as grooming too. Like, hey, here's a gift. If you do this, you get another gift. That's also a part of grooming. Giving the kids gift, that's a grooming possibility.
Yeah, I understand. Unless all the kids are getting gifts. Right. Like a Secret Santa type deal.
But she took that bag with her, though. They found her backpack and everything, but they didn't find a Tweety Bird purse.
So that's where I'm kind of confused. So they found the bag, and they found a shirt, and they found a book.
We will have the picture of the shirt in the YouTube, so if you will see it. So,
but they also found candy and something else. Was it in another location?
So the shed, they found like the candy and all of that. The backpack wasn't found until years later.
Who did the shed belong to?
A business owner. So he found it the next day. That's when he realized, his wife said, hey, this little girl's missing, and they called the police. They didn't even know.
So do you think she was staying in the shed?
Because it was raining at night. So she's walking out in the dark, in the cold, right?
So then that means she had nowhere to go. If she's going to a random shed, that means she didn't know where to go. And then maybe a predator found her, and then that's when he snatched her. But if she ran away without a plan and had to figure it out along the way, the shed does make sense. You're walking, you're getting a little hungry, you pop a candy in, and then, you keep going about your way. Maybe she was waiting until the storm calmed down. And then in the highway, like, you're pretty visible. There were strangers coming at her. You did say that, but she knew
She ran.
stranger danger and she ran.
And that's the problem I'm getting, because it seemed like her family talked to her very hard about stranger danger. Even this man come in a truck, like he was trying to, save her, make sure she was all right. She ran. So she knew to run away from him. That's what my logic, because it seemed like, okay, you could play devil advocate. You could say she just ran away. But it was so smart for a 9-year-old, because she timed it, right? She really timed it.
Right.
She knew my dad's getting home. She knew, okay, I got to wait until he go to sleep. How long did she wait until she left? Her bags was already packed.
The thing about it is she put a lot of thought into it. But I think the main thing is, where are you going to go? When you run away, you can, like, she timed it perfectly, like you said, but you have to have a plan. You can't just go out here and expect.
That's what I was trying to get at.
Go ahead, sorry.
Because how smart she was planning every step, she had to have a plan of where she going next. It wasn't like, oh, I'm running away, because she packed her bag already. Yeah. She had certain things in her bag that she wanted to take. She had a whole outfit on. Because usually kids just run away, they just put like something on quick. No, she put a whole outfit on. She didn't take her coat. That was another thing. She didn't take her coat. So she's walking with her backpack, her purse, everything that she wants with her. She's taking it. And most kids, they run away. They're not going to really take, like, they're going to take candy. They're going to take a stuffed animal. They're not going to take clothes. To me, I felt like she had a plan where she was going to go.
So then the shed only makes sense if she was trying to wait out the storm.
Right.
And she actually did have a destination, but she had to take a little detour while the storm settled.
Because they said their family's very tight-knit. To me, even your family tight-knit, it could be a new boyfriend coming. It could be an uncle that's grooming her and like telling her like, hey, stuff like that. Even a teacher, a basketball coach, because she plays sports. They could easily groom her, because this plan, if she was probably like 13 or 14, I'm like, okay, I can believe it. But a 9-year-old, that's too smart, because I'm thinking like if I was a 9-year-old, I would run away. Probably like sunny outside. She ran away when it was cold. It was raining. That person told her to run away. And also, sometimes I feel like, was it a person that wanted to hurt the family? Because also, it was the mother and father anniversary. They got married on that day.
I mean, I think it was just a coincidence. I don't really think it was personal. But the thing is, if it was a family member, why? I mean, if she ran away with a family member, people would figure it out, because they'd be like, oh, Asia's missing and now this person's missing too.
Or I just could have waited out, because it seemed like whoever the person was very smart and articulated, because they had her do each step. Because if she was meeting them, he didn't go pick her up at the house because he know his car been seen. We also got to think about that. He probably told her to meet him somewhere and she was going to meet him there. He probably said, hey, wait until your dad go to sleep. Listen now. Because her mama said that she was playing all day long with her cousins and she took a nap.
I don't know. I'm just not on board with that theory.
What theory on your own?
I think she ran away. She went to the shed because she was waiting out the storm, and then she got snatched by either like a stranger or she somehow did get lured, but I don't think it was a family member.
I didn't say it was a family member. I said somebody that knew her. Because her mom, how she speak of her, they said Asia was shy. She was a shy little girl. Like, she didn't like going places with people.
I know, but you said that this person had like a personal vendetta against the family because
I'm just throwing out theories, and you're not letting me finish my theories.
Oh, well, good.
I just feel like I'm throwing out theories because there's so many theories out there. And you ask me, like, what's your theory is? And I'm like, I really don't know. I'm just not coming up with ideas, but I'm saying, like, hey, this is my theory.
Scenario.
The scenarios. Because she's 9. I'm thinking about her age as a 9-year-old. I wasn't that smart to plan a runaway, but it seemed like, I don't know if she was very smart. Well, they said that she was a very smart little girl. She already had her life planned out at the age of 9. She knew the college she was going to go to. She knew what she was going to study. She knew everything.
Yeah, she was very smart.
I didn't know what I was going to be when I was 9. I want to be a lawyer.
I still don't know what I want to be.
We're a podcaster.
Oh, yeah.
I'm working late because I'm a podcaster. Coming soon. My theory is I think somebody groomed her. I think somebody lured her away. I'm thinking like her a little bit. I'm trying to like put myself in her shoes. Okay. Somebody groomed me. Somebody tell me the plans. And then it's raining, a truck coming at me. I'm running away. I find this shed. Let me wait in the shed until the weather gets better. Okay, the weather's get better. Let me keep walking to the place where I'm going to. But what if they're not there already? If they're gone or they're not waiting on me, what I'm doing next? Or what if I just walk to that person's house because I know where they stay?
Yeah, I feel like she had a plan. She knew what she was going to do, where she was going to go, but the plan turned out to be different.
Yeah, because she sat there and ate the candy. They say the candy was her. She sat there and brought some snacks with her. But what always get me is the picture. You remember they found another picture of a little girl in there.
So that's kind of where that I call him a serial killer. The guy that said, "Oh, I know what happened to her," all this stuff. It makes sense because if he has multiple victims, they usually like to keep a trophy. Maybe pictures was his, trophy. So that makes sense why the other girl's picture would be in her belongings because he likes to keep certain trophies.
Or what if the shed was the place they was meeting at? That could be because if he already have, like you said, trophies there's of little kids, that's another thing.
But the shed belonged to a business owner. If I'm snatching kids, I'm not gonna do it in a business owner's.
Well, when you see the shed, it looked basically abandoned.
Right, but you don't know. To me, if I was gonna do this, it would have to be in my own space where I know that nobody can get in, somewhere private. Business owner shed, I mean, it could look abandoned and everything, but stuff can go south.
You don't know. A lot of people don't think as you or as I do. They don't think like that clearly.
Well, if he's had multiple victims,
and he got caught into the jail, so he's not that smart.
If you've had multiple victims, you need to be strategic. If not, you're gonna get caught within like the first or second.
And some of them don't think like that. I'm saying they say some of the criminals are the dumbest people in the world. That's what people say.
I don't believe that.
I said criminals. I didn't say serial killers. I said criminals. Serial killers, some of them probably are smarter than us because they think you feel. We never thought about the business owner.
The police should have looked into the business owner, into the person who had a matching vehicle, the green Continental.
Well, they never found the person who had the matching car. It just said that the person saw her getting into that car.
Right, but they can run records, right? Visited those houses, looked at some of those wheels. What was it? The rims, the rusted rims. And then the serial killer came out and the police was like, "Oh yeah, not it."
They just took him out completely. And I want to know why. Because sometimes they do have a type. Probably she wasn't his little girl he'd go for.
Unless the police figured something out to where they were like, okay, we need to stop digging.
Because the police, because I have to say with this case, they really searching. They doing a fantastic job. But to me, they keep a lot of things hidden from the public.
Right.
So it's probably a reason why they like, it's not him.
Is this case still open? Or
it's still open. They're still actively looking for her. I know I am going to get a lot of people upset when I say this. But it's one theory that I never see out there, and I'm going to put it out there. What if it was the parents?
What you mean? How?
Okay, like I'm thinking about this case, right? Okay, she packed a bag. She's 9. We think about this age. She's 9 years old. She packed a bag. She left the house. So the parents didn't hear the door open or the door closed. And then the time frame is right when the father went to bed. So you tell me like this little girl played sleep until she heard her like, oh, my dad's gone. Let me go, get my stuff and let me escape. So she escaped. She leaves. She walking and people see her. Because, sometimes people say, oh, I saw her. But one man was like, oh, I thought it was a duck. And one man like, oh, he described her, but it wasn't like the same outfit,
Yeah.
And then her bag was like in this cabin, like the shed, like a mile away from the home. All her stuff and belonging there. And even you said when I was reading, like, well, how did her family know it was her stuff?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. But the thing about it is, I don't have the heart. I'm a parent. I don't have the heart to do that to my child. Like, why would you do that to your child? There is no explanation that will justify that for me. Mm-hmm. But they had another son.
Right.
So, but why didn't anything happen to him?
Think about our last case that we just covered. Her mom gave her away easily, and she had 2 younger siblings, and she made them tell the whole story of what they thought that happened. And the little girl was so scared to say, hey, this didn't happen. This really happened until years and years later. I'm not saying like, oh, her parent was like a bad parent, but it's like a theory that how we really look into, because I'm thinking about the Alexa Patterson case. They really look hard into her parents. They were like, oh, it's her parents. But then they're like, oh, they're a nice family. We're not going to look into them that much. Like they look into them, but they didn't look. And I'm not saying, oh, it could be them, but it's a theory
You
that.
are saying that.
Well,
it
okay,
could be
I
them.
am saying because it's a theory. I feel like you said on our first episode, everybody's a suspect into proven guilty.
Yeah.
Because I read a lot of theories and I'm like, man, I'm reading these theories and I'm like, I never see anybody like, hey, look into the parents, because it was such a smart crime. Even you like, oh, somebody groomed her, but what if the parents just made it seem like she was being groomed, but they actually hurt her that night? Something could have happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, she left the house. So y'all didn't hear footsteps walking down the hall, because I sleep so light since I became a mother. It's something going on. I'm like, oh, what's that sound? What's that sound? Where my baby at? I'm looking beside me like, okay, she's good. She's good. She's good. That's how I am. And then the door opened and it said like right when the father went to bed. So I'm like, she stayed up, like she played sleep that freaking long.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't hurt to look.
Because, I mean, am I just thinking crazy? I don't want to, I don't want to be like, oh, it's them, it's them, it's them. But it's a possibility it could be them, because I'm just like, I'm on a non-bias, because I feel like a little girl is missing. A little girl is hurt or injured or possibly dead. I don't care if I make the family mad or make this person mad, this person mad. We need to look at everybody. Have a look into the aunties, the uncles. What if it was a family member?
Right.
So, sorry if I make y'all mad, but hey, this is a podcast. I think with the police, like one thing I love about, not say love, but interests me about missing and unsolved murders is just like mostly missing. They just disappear. Like there's no trace, and you're trying to figure out like how did that happen?
It stresses me out, honestly. I
That's
know
why-
you love this.
That's why I chose this.
I'm a problem, or I try and be a problem solver, and whenever I get cases like this, it really like messes me up because I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't have much to go on.
I understand, but I love it.
I know. Twisted.
Thanks. I am not twisted. Oh, I found a new podcast. It's a true crime podcast, and it's amazing. It's called Hot Garbage True Crime.
You guys should check it out.
My wife and I we did like a little vacation, and we just found it out of nowhere, and we listened it the whole way to our destination, and I was obsessed.
It's just as addicting as ours.
Our favorite episode is the Kendrick Johnson. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's about a young black boy that found wrapped up in a gym mat. How she broke down that case, she had me so flabbergasted. I was like, girl, you killed that. So everybody, please check out my favorite new true crime, hot garbage true crime. I will have like the link in the description bar. Trust me, it was a 10 out of 10. I had to personally like message her like, girl, can I be on your subscriber? Like, I need you. I need you more in my life.
Right.
So, this is Lesbian Detectives. I'm Sierra.
And I'm Elizabeth.
And this is a case of Asha Degree. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Give us a 5-star rating. We are on YouTube and we also on
All your social media platforms.
So this is us signing out. Bye.